Hey everybody, NintenbroAlex here, and if you're watching this video, it's pretty obvious to know that the Nintendo Switch 2 has been out for a few months now. You may have also noticed that I have not made any videos on the Nintendo Switch 2 in the last few months. Simply put, I just don't have a Switch 2 yet. However, that doesn't mean that I am exempt from the Switch 2 hype. In the last couple weeks, my work, Malwart, has installed a kiosk with a Nintendo Switch 2. And on the kiosk I was able to play Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. And I'm just simply here to give you guys my first impressions of the console. If you enjoy this kind of video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to leave a comment down below, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch. Let me first talk about the console. The Switch 2 is surprisingly bigger than I thought it was going to be. For this game I'm using the Pro Controller, but for Bonanza I actually used the Joy-Cons. And the new Joy-Cons, I was genuinely surprised when I got them in my hands. Like, they are significantly larger than the regular Joy-Cons. It feels much more comfortable. Like, my first impression when I saw the new Joy-Cons is that it was just skinny and lanky and was going to be awkward to hold. But when it's in the grip, it genuinely feels nice. I've yet to hold the console in handheld mode, so I don't know for sure how that feels, but I can tell you for sure the Joy-Cons in the grip do feel nice. And the games that I played look absolutely beautiful. I for one have never cared too much about frames, but when it comes to like the graphical quality of these games, holy cow, it is beautiful. Now moving on to more specifics with Mario Kart World. For the little demo kiosk you got to do a race from one track to another track, so I got to experience one of the intermission tracks, which from what I've heard is not very good. But the game feels fluid. It feels like a very polished Mario Kart game. I've already seen a bunch of videos online of people doing a whole bunch of trick jumps and things like that, so I already know this game is going to require a lot of time investment into it if you want to get good at it. And honestly, I'm cool with that. I think it's really cool that this kind of game has so much like skill behind it. I was worried it was just going to feel like another Mario Kart 8, and when they announced the game initially, I thought it was just cliche. It's like, oh, Mario Kart World, they're trying to be big and extravagant, but it genuinely does feel like a really good game. Again, I only played this one race that you're seeing in the track, but doing the tricking, which I didn't really figure out until much later on, the drifting and just like the item balancing and this is also going off of like dozens of videos I've seen on YouTube and TikTok and all that other good stuff. But like the entire experience just makes sense. I am still a little bit disappointed they didn't bring back Double Dash or third-party characters, any of that stuff, but that's for another time discussion. One complaint I kept hearing about online was the fact that there are 24 racers. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's fun. And having 24 players, yeah, it can be chaotic when you're in the back, but it takes a lot of skill to get out of the back in the first place, and it takes a lot of skill to stay in the front. And with the new knockout mode, that's all it is trying to stay out of the back and staying in the front. It's a constant fight for staying in the top. So if you want to experience something that isn't just a normal race with just a whole bunch of characters all over the place throwing items all everywhere, just play some Knockout Tour. And some of these new items, yeah, they're kind of interesting. Having the feather as a normal track item is nice, but I've seen that there is a lot of invisible walls that Lakitu just won't let you abuse, which is kind of sad. The gold shell is kind of neat. Coin block kind of sucks. And the item balancing at the beginning of the game was interesting, but I've seen there's been many updates since then that seems to fix that. And one last thing about this game, the music. You guys are listening to the Baby Park remix. You know the game for Mario Kart Double Dash for babies? Yeah, this is a remix for that, and that's fucking awesome. But all in all, Mario Kart World, banger game. Amazing game to start a console. And like I said, the other game I played during this little demo kiosk thing was Donkey Kong Bonanza. At first impressions, this just kind of looks like Donkey Kong Mario Odyssey, but after playing it, it's Donkey Kong Mario Odyssey in the best way possible. You quite literally are just running around and breaking everything. And that's the best part. You literally get to just like terraform each and every individual little thing in this game.
you have like the simple goal of trying to hit all of the bananas in order to advance the story, but from what I've heard online, they're not necessarily required either. Like, you can play the game while collecting as little bananas as possible. Not to mention, you can also just move so fluidly. Like I mentioned, you could just like walk around and punch everything just for the fun of it all, but like the movement, there's rolling, and I was just having fun just spinning around from time to time. But like, it all makes sense. Like, yeah, that's Donkey Kong. This is definitely like a game that was like, they've always wanted this, and I'm surprised it took them this long to make it happen. Like, for a Donkey Kong game, this absolutely makes a lot of sense. I will say from time to time I definitely got myself lost with the controls, or even lost in the world. You'll see here in the demo, I'm currently in like the tutorial area, but later on I did actually get to explore one of the sub-layers. I did get to play a little bit around with one of the Bonanza modes. I fought like some of the enemies, so like everything that you're seeing, like I got what is essentially just a full experience of the game. A lot more than you got with the Mario Kart demo. But genuinely, this game is really good, and I was honestly kind of blown away by that. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, but just after non-stop review and review and review, everyone's been giving this game 10 out of 10s, 5 out of 5s, whatever you need to call it perfect. This is the perfect Donkey Kong game. This is what a Donkey Kong game should have always been, and Nintendo has fully realized what this monkey is capable of and just said, fuck it, destroy everything. Which I think really captures the whole idea of ooh monkey, because they are definitely indeed monkey. And small aside, for like the demo itself, I'm genuinely surprised they let you walk around doing like Bonanza and with Pauline and things like that. I assume it's just because like if you have a second person at the kiosk using the other controller, they can play as Pauline. But it's still just kind of weird that they randomly were like, oh yeah, now you have a child on your back, with zero context to the story. Just thought it was funny. But just exploring like this one sub-layer that I did get to explore in the demo, absolutely insane. Like, this is just a single sub-layer, and I've seen online, there's a lot of layers. Like, there is a lot to this game. So, the fact that you can just destroy everything is absolutely crazy. I mean, you've probably seen, like, dozens of times in this, like, little demo that I did at the kiosk that I just kept hitting things because I kept forgetting what my controls were. But at the same time, that's kind of like the fun of the game, because every little thing you do gives you some kind of reward. All in all, if you liked Mario Odyssey, you're gonna like Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's literally just Donkey Kong Bonanza Odyssey. It's awesome.